Hey, welcome to This Thing I'm Trying. This is going to be hopefully the first in a multi-part series where I rank every single license plate design. This one is for the first 1,000 designs. I will have a link to both the tier lists and the source for all these images, like where I found a list of them from, in the description of this video. Let's get into it. This is not good. This is also not good. A lot of these are actually like very easy. Okay, this is actually quite good. Yeah, this is, it's not terrible, you know, so this is, yeah, that's close there. The images were also slightly cut off, and some of them, okay, this is just because of how this tier maker works. So that one's, yeah, fine. Yeah, this is, yeah, not good. Bad. Okay, I hate the Confederacy, 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 I hate the Confederacy. Shiner there, that's a pretty nice looking one. This is, yeah, not good. In between the ranks, there's no real order. This is meh. Yeah, that looks nice. It's hard when they're cut off like that. It's annoying. I'm saying now, that's bad. A lot of these are actually, that's fine. Not that bad. Some of these are sort of ugly though. That's pretty nice. Yeah. That's nice. That looks, that's a good looking plate. Yeah. Yeah, some of these are mildly bland, but those are fine. This one is, that's one of the solid Bs. This is mildly amazing, pretty nice looking. That's what I constitute as being a good license plate for the most part. Yeah, that's actually pretty fine. It's good for a license plate. Like, space exploration is cool. Let's see. Okay, yeah, that's the university one. It's fine. They're at least not like bland like some of these are. You see, that's what I dislike. Like these ones here. Like just the logo next to the. Okay, it's boring, but it's the same lens. So see, those are they're boring. They're bland. I don't like them. Yeah, no, they're. This is actually, it's good, but it's not that bad. This is it's not that good, but it's not bad. This is actually pretty good. Yeah, looking back at some of these, this is actually, that's good enough for there. This is actually, yeah, that's another most of these college, university ones that actually have some sort of designs are going to go in like C or D. That's, yeah. Yeah, this is all obviously my personal opinion. So, it's weird because Alabama has some of the by far worst license plates, but also some really, really nice designs in my opinion. Like, that's fine. This is not as good. That's, yeah, not so great. Neither is this one. Let's see. Not kid. The sample. It's fine. These retired armed forces ones. Oh, this is actually a good looking university plate here. As you can see, there's still a few more to go through. As I said, this is 1,000 different license plate designs here. So, it might take a while. Wildlife conservation. This is, yeah. Alabama State actually has a really good design there. Let's see. This is just funny to me. Like, stuff like that, like stuff that's interesting and I wouldn't have thought would have had its own specific plate design. That will also go up for me. Yeah, sort of ugly. Some of these photos are also just bad quality, which doesn't help. Some of these more bland ones just go. Actually, that's not. It's. I don't know. That's. Yeah. See, this is the best California design. One. This is. Yeah, those are. This is. Yeah. No, that's boring, actually. Quite boring. This is a tough one. They're both good here. Yeah, no, it's. I would put this in D if it's not, you know, Cold War veteran. That's what interests me. Same with this one. It would fighting cystic fibrosis. It's something I wouldn't have thought of. This is, I believe, Arizona here that has these sort of plate cards for the, yeah. Those gear plates are boring. Yeah. Like this dismantler. This looks good for a motorcycle plate, which some of these are. Yeah. These are more of these. They're all pretty much the same, but they're all pretty good, so That's why I feel B is appropriate for them. These distributor motorcycle place cars. In this design, just again, it's okay. This is dealer, this is distributor. They're both pretty good, in my opinion, for what they are. So, but most of these are pretty ugly in California. Not gonna lie. This is cringe, but it's not a bad design. Sort of same as this, so. Yeah, that's not a disabled veteran, but yeah, it makes sense to me to have it. It's boring, but I like what it promotes, so that's what makes it hard. Because organ donation is something I strongly support, at least conceptually. That's a good plate. That's, again, this goes with the other ones here. Like, okay, so Connecticut has some pretty good base designs, in my opinion. However, if you're going to put something on there without, like, changing it at all, that's where it, like, tanks, you know? This is actually pretty good. Alabama has some surprisingly good ones for their bad ones being what they are. Or like this farming one here. Or Fleet. Or like the plain ones with just the logo. They're boring. Actually, this is better than that. Better than... yeah. It's boring, but not on the same level as most of these are bad. Same with this one. Actually, this is California, which is pretty good looking, so I believe this is the motorcycle plate of the same motorcycle version. It's not a bad plate, but it's Florida, so for something like this color scheme and style, that looks, here, this is pretty good. This is actually looks better when it's sort of like that than when it's like something like this. It's, yeah, that's my opinion at least. Actually, what I'm going to do now is I think I'm just going to find all the D's and F's that are like this. They're boring and easy to just... Actually, this is... I guess they're not that easy to find. This looks pretty nice looking, so... This is... That's a high B. It's not all the way. This guy is actually... It looks good for a historical vehicle plate, so... Of course the carriage plate goes hard in California. Don't ask me why. This is sort of two plates here, because that's, I believe they This is how they've had them on their site. But that's bad. But neither of them look bad nor good. It's just impossible to get them, sort of. So that's why neither of them look. Oh, that's not what I meant to get there. Neither of them look good or bad. It's the annoyance that they give trying to figure out what they are. That's what just puts them low for me. Like this stuff. It's boring, it's just blue. I don't care if it's like governmental stuff, it's still not good. Like this stuff, this is actually more than a total nothing burger. Yeah, you can sort of see there's still a ways to go here. These congressional plates are sort of the same deal as these ones here. Alright. Yeah, that's not great. It's not bad. Cringe. Yeah, but it doesn't look that bad. That's a good looking plate again, so actually, no, that's not that bad. That's sort of like one of the more Leo score. Or Leo. I don't remember how it's pronounced. I should figure that out sometime. I know it's Laotian. It's a nationality, I believe. But I don't remember exactly how the country itself is pronounced. This is what I was talking about here. This is all. That's actually not quite as bad. Oh wait, this is all. I'm sorry. This is all not from where I'm getting it. This is yeah, I thought I was here. No. Girl Scouts was middle of the pack here, I think. Well, middle of the pack is sort of a relative term. It's between the worst and the best. It's on the higher side of what there is, but it is middle of the road in looks. Like, these Arizona veteran plates are actually. Ooh, this is hard. I think I'm gonna split them up like half and half, just because they're right on the line there, so it's gonna be arbitrary here. In case you can't tell, sometimes I just make it up as I go along sometimes. From a prisoner for looks pretty good actually. That's pretty fine. Yeah. This is, yeah. It's hard to commentate on how I feel on some of these just because it's... Okay, this NASCAR plate looks... It's good looking plate, in my opinion. Ooh, this is... That's a good plate. I like the color. Still boring. But not like this level of boring. This is like... I actively dislike looking at it. This is like... It's boring to look at here, in my opinion. See, Arizona's hard. Because like... The base design is somewhere in the B range. It's just a good looking plate. Actually, they actually put effort into this one. It's still C. I mean, and that one's still C. That, no, I know what I'm talking about here. Arizona has some pretty good. No, this is D. Arizona has some pretty good team designs. This one is I think it's just too bright to be in A, in my opinion. I think this is one actually deserves to go right next to that Grand Canyon University one. Yeah. Actually, this is middle of the pack there again. Ooh, this is interesting to me. This is actually going all the way to B, because it doesn't look bad. The U.S. government-loaned license plate, that's such an interesting concept to have to me. Even though like a little writing underneath saying what it's for makes it look so significantly better for California that I feel like obligated to bump it up a little more. I was splitting these Arizona veteran plates between C and D because, as I said, that's how I feel about them. They're sort of like right in between. Street Rod, Arizona. Not a bad looking plate. Sort of an interesting concept again to me. That's why I put it where I do. This is fine. Actually, that's not a bad looking plate, even if it is a university plate like that. I'm pretty sure this is from NASCAR here, this one. It just doesn't look that good. I believe, I don't remember. Actually, the whole something going on in the bottom of the plate adds so much to it. See, these ones are where I start putting in them and see where it's like the same plate. Actually, that's cringe, so that goes slower. And no, that's still not good. Okay. Nope, I meant to put that here. These are a lot of what I'm doing again now are the just they don't. Okay. I believe this is, yeah, that's an antique motorcycle plate from California. Normally that looks bland. But on an antique motorcycle, I do believe that something along these lines, same with like a historical vehicle here. That's also why I like the U.S. Congress plates. It's like sometimes less is more for that sort of thing. Oh, this is PBS, which I like. That's no, there are people on it. You can sort of see. No, that's just not it. This is, I think this is actually sort of like how the US 66 and NASCAR ones are sort of on par with each other there. This is actually looks enough different from the classic Arizona ones that I think it looks better. This is the totally different design, but I do believe it belongs around here. That's so boring, dude. That one too. This is progress. Yeah. Yeah. Actually, I think this is probably the. No, this is probably the best design for this sort of official one, in my opinion. It's fine. That Boy Scouts plate is fine. Alright. Let's see. I think some of these Arizona ones are more significantly cut off than others. And that's sad. Like, these are some good designs here. But I'm only really able to judge, okay, this is actually quite a good design, especially for a firefighter plate. It is. Yeah. Yeah, these Arizona historical vehicles just don't look that good. Boring. Some of these are just so boring here, actually. These are... It's... I think I might be getting more critical of these plates the more I look at them. Classic vehicle, again, these sorts of plates, I think they just look better in my opinion, so... Navajo Nation rare though, that looks pretty good actually. Again, in general I like what they did with their plate. The less original they get with it for the other designs, the more I dislike them. And to be consistent, these go in the B area just because they don't look bad for sure. Sometimes I wish there was a way to multi-select some of these, like when they're all in a row like this. I know it's the middle of summer. The plate looks bad. Again, this is just another one that looks too bright. Sort of like this one here. They're just too bright to be better than that. Again, these look better on the motorcycles as those would be. Actually, there's a... I'm not actually sure that's so true for those. Yeah, it's still bad. Looks, ooh, that one looks good too. Yeah, that's a good looking plate. It's better than bad. It's just still not good. But yeah, these Alabama veteran plates, they look good, but I'm sort of wondering if I made the right decision to have them there, because they're not that good. Yeah, that's what I was looking for. Those are very similar. And yeah, these go in the same way there. Right. Yeah, these California yellow on black, it looks good, and I personally believe that should be the standard color for California. And they have made a bad decision with having it be something else. these, they're fine. Alright, mammogram advocacy. That's what they are. Okay, again, sort of grainy, hard to see, but it's a motorcycle plate, and sometimes being a little more simple there looks better. That's ugly, Connecticut. What are you doing? This less so, but like still, it's their standard design. They're not doing anything better. That's a fine. It looks fine. Looking back now, I think some of these actually do belong a little higher than they are. Yeah. The only reason it gets higher than F is because it's Olympics, which are cool. Although the committee is it's something from what I've heard, which maybe yeah, even if I like what they promote, some of these are just so boring that, like, maybe if you put effort into making them look good, I'd put effort into ranking them higher, you know? It just doesn't look that good. It looks like a... Pretty sure I put a different one. Sorry. Also, around here. That looks sort of like that. I'm just too lazy to find stuff sometimes. Actually, no, they're not that good. Adding a little bit more color does so much for the plate there. It's great. This is the one I was looking for. That's not that good of a plate, you know, so. Yeah. Again, a little bit of color does so much for the plate. This is why I'm... When they're all just bad, it's so hard to say anything. Actually, this is interesting there, so again, more interesting it is, the higher it goes. I lost it. Here it is. I'm finding more of these ones that look like sort of long those lines. That one's not as good though. Georgia plate looks actually better than those California ones by quite a margin. Like, having the license plate for architect is interesting enough for me to put it to C. Boring, 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 boring. Not quite as boring. Slightly better. That, yeah. Again, some of these things I like and might support conceptually. They put Snoopy on a license plate. I think yeah, this is again the motorcycle plate. It's not good. This is also a motorcycle plate, I'm pretty sure. But it has Snoopy on it. See, if they didn't put a logo on a license plate, if they actually did anything like it to it, like they did for like these, it still looks so much better. Like, this is not as good as like these. It's still better than most of these ones, in my opinion. Same as this. No, that's actually not even that good. This looks good for a Senate plate, I think. That's what I'm doing here again. They put a little more color into it. The logo looks good with this background, actually. That's why it's that much better than like that. Yeah. This Senate plate looks better than most of the California ones. As you can see, there's a lot that are on the lower end and not as much better there are. Sorry. But that's probably the best looking California plate I've seen so far. Actually, yeah, that's probably the largest range of Alabama, because they've got some really good ones and some really, really bland ones, and bad in general, in my opinion. As you can probably see. Again, this is it. Yeah, that's same deal there. Arizona Purple Heart. Just not that good. They did the same thing here. Actually, that logo Actually, it looks pretty good with the base plate though. That's not a bad looking plate there. I think most of the B though is going to end up being these ones that I decided early on fit well here, which in the grand scheme of things they do. They just made a lot of them, which I don't think I had realized when I started doing this. Although it looks like we might be getting to the end of them there.
Hey pretty baby, am I in your way? 'Cause you walked out so fast yesterday. No, I don't think you're here to stay. No, I don't think you're here to stay.
That looks slightly better than most of them.
Tell me how you want it. Tell me all the reasons that you're running away. I don't think you're here to stay. No, I don't think you're here to stay. No, no, no. I just wanna be with you. I just wanna be.
These ones for congressional, sorry. Same thing here. Like, normally they look pretty bad. Just having a little more on them does so much for the plates. And obviously I'm not going quite in order, but this is just how I usually end up picking them out. The fact that Connecticut has a USS Connecticut plate, I just like it. That's why I'm putting it in B tier. That's silly. I like it, but I dislike. This is a better Snoopy plate. I think I gotta do that though. As you can sort of see probably now, less to do. This is a really good looking plate here. I gotta say, Arizona, what they're doing this plate pretty consistently well. It's a nice color gradient. This is a pretty good looking plate here. They changed the yellow at the bottom for green and put a couple of pets on there. Well, animals. And it looks better. By that much. Excuse me, sir. This is not like the base plate they have. It's a slight modification, it just doesn't look that good. Unlike these, which just look bad. Looks moderately better than most California ones, so. Although maybe, yeah, that. Again. It's a miss for Arizona, but most misses for Arizona are not that bad. I think there's just too much going on here. Unlike that, Connecticut can make some really good plates if they put effort into them. That's my opinion. Same with this one. But they put so little effort into like these ones. And I think it's sort of sad. That's probably, I think that's my first death for Arizona. It's just logo on a white background. It's just, no. Don't do that. That's slightly better. Or, well, better enough that way. Alright, let me try to finish Arizona now. I think that's where I am at here. Again. I think this also goes hand in hand with the other too bright to be in A tier, otherwise they would be way higher. Well, not that much higher. I think that my opinion is that Arizona, their most middle of the road ones, should be about how good the average plate was, in my opinion. I like that Georgia has a plate for not American veterans, but veterans who were allied with the USA in wars. I think that's interesting and cool. I like it. Yeah. I like the message. Plate's just not quite there. It's boring. It's just looks like just a piece of wood. That's sort of boring there. Yeah. I think Arizona is a state that just tends to hit higher. Most states are a little more spread out. I'm not sure if this is a standard Georgia plate here, but it definitely doesn't look bad in my opinion. Pretty boring here. For a vintage vehicle, that looks good. Oh, I think. Yeah, these, again, most of the college ones sort of just fine, you know? That one looks worse than most. So... this one looks pretty good here. Let's see. I think that's a solid B here. Alternative fuel vehicle, right. Georgia has a pretty good plate, looking plate for those. Wait, that's still enough. Okay, yeah, right. This is a pretty good looking New York plate. I think I rank them like how I do these. I mean, I think it looks just about as good, so... yeah, I think that's how I feel about it, so... I dislike that. These are boring here. Like, yeah. No fog B from California. Yeah. That. Yeah. These ones look pretty good. These ones do not. yeah. Um, a lot of these university ones from other states are sort of not great. It's not bad, it's just not good. Actually, this is pretty good here. Most of the New York Park ones are looking, Georgia too, are looking pretty good, in my opinion. Yeah, that's sort of middle of the road, I think. This is a good looking plate. Actually, that's really well designed, I think. I think I don't like that Georgia has some pretty prominent. Oh yeah. Like they've actually put no effort into like a lot of these, like way too many of these. Yeah, these are two different types of fishing rigs here. One of them might be motorcycle, I don't exactly remember. That's a pretty good looking blade again there. And that's not so good, but it's not this bad either. That bad, or that bad, or that bad, or that bad, or that bad. I believe this is a standard. It's not good. It's not bad either, though. It's when they do nothing with the standard that I dislike it. That's a good looking plate there. Again, that looks good. Yeah. Same deal there. That just doesn't look as good as it could. This is a good looking plate. Same as this one. It ranks with Steve for the same reason that they do these two. Yeah, I rank most of those like the same way, so. Now for more, these are bad, so I'm just gonna have to mass rank them. It's just not that good. It's better than some. This is actually pretty good here. That's a good looking plate, I think. Only because it's organ donation, it probably gets better. Probably Georgia's best looking quartz plate, and it's not that good. That plate looks good. Yeah, this is D level pretty easily, I think. This is actually on the same level as I did put those here. I do think this plate looks slightly better for what it is. This plate looks pretty good, in my opinion. It's not the standard. This is sea level, in my opinion. Just because I like methods doesn't mean I think they look good at all, or think they're a good plate overall. That's why I'm doing like this now. It looks just slightly better than most of them, so. Even just that text, bring that off a bit. I think I just don't like pictures like that on a laser display. I think the color scheme there works quite well. Like this. I think this does this like less is more again. Just it's got the right stuff there. Color scheme works well. I think that's why that goes right here next to the other purple colleges so far. I think those look like right around as good as each other. Just good enough to be better. This looks good for a historical vehicle again. Same with this one. Same exact filament. Again, that's a good looking plate there. Yes, it's a picture on a license plate. It looks very, very good in my opinion. In case I haven't made this clear, sometimes this is somewhat arbitrary with what goes where. Yeah. It's not that good looking. This is a good looking plate. I'm not even that big a fan of tennis at all. But it looks good. Yeah. Georgia Aquarium, I believe, is in Atlanta. And it looks good. I think those are about equal in how they look. If I had the time to, like, sort this by within the tiers, I believe that these would go like around here in A. Like, the rest of it is not how I put in all. But I believe those two would probably be around there. Again, it's not that good looking. Now, where did I put the other one? Here it is. This one actually looks decent, even for being. Oh. Where did I put it now? I was trying to put that lupus awareness one in B tier, and I'm not saying it. That's quite unfortunate, because it was not a bad looking plate. It doesn't stand out that much. Most of these NASCAR plates are middle of the road from New York. Like this. But this Georgia one, that looks right around as good as these. Yeah. This is pretty solid C tier in my opinion. again, if these weren't so boring, maybe I'd spend a little more time. Maybe consider putting them slightly higher. But they all look so similar. I'm gonna say it. This is C. Yeah, I put these here as well. I still agree with that. I know I had a few more there. This is the one I was looking for here. I wish it looked better. It's just too jarring, I think, in my opinion. Okay, this is solid D-level university plate. Same with this. Actually, this is... yeah, no, it's not that much better. Yes. Pretty good there. There they are. Like, this is what I'm saying. These are the pictures that look good all over, all around. Strongly supports the message, so I put it slightly higher like that. And also that one doesn't look as bad. That's a good looking plate, so. Oh yeah, this is actually fairly close now. Okay. Let's see. That's not good, that's not good, that's not that good. This is, again, pretty C-level NASCAR plate here. If you hear clunking in the background, that's probably the garbage truck here. Cringe. That's, yeah. Tesla Owner Club license plate pass. How much on your high horse do you have to be about it, you know? This is a very nice looking cave here. Looking back at it, that's definitely quite good. That. Neither again. D. Why can I not find my tiers anymore? Sorry about that. I like that plate a lot. Looking back at it, that plate is very, very good. It's a very good looking plate. By far the best that California has. That's a good looking picture, even if it is, well, plate. This is again, just works so well for a plate. Not distracting, but noticeable, and it looks good. This is the same level of NASCAR. Whatchamacallits, license plates, yeah. Oof. Some of these are again slightly better than dithering to go all the way down here. Actually, this is another Allied veteran, which is why I find it interesting to bump it up 2 spots just out of it's interesting to see. Yeah, seriously impressive. No. Boring. That's boring. 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 Here they are again. See, I just think that New York does the flag background better than Georgia by a significant margin. And that's why I'm willing to put them that much higher up. I believe, again, one of these is a motorcycle plate. No, Ohio State University doesn't go higher than F. And Ohio State University. This is what I hadn't been intending to do. It's like getting all the Fs in at once, but you have to go through all the better ones, and it's like that far down. It's so far down. It just doesn't make sense. This is a pretty good looking plate. I'd say that's sea level, personally. They did so much without doing that much. That looks good. In my opinion, minimally. This is definitely not as good for a fishing plate, which you might have seen I put a couple in A earlier. Again, these are some of the C NASCAR plates. The level, in my opinion. This is a good wildlife plate here. Really good. think I'm gonna put all of those. Yeah, I think this is my opinion here. Most of these university ones from Georgia here are going to go in the D tier, I think. Again, they didn't do a whole lot on the plate there. I just think it looks better. Again, motorcycle plate, normal plate, I rank them the same. Usually, California is the exception, just because that's, yeah, and blue, that's, yeah, and then the rest of these are not good, but they're not that bad. Actually, this is another pretty good wildlife one here. Not that good though. And alright, almost done here now. Alright, so feel free to let me know what you think of this list. I'll be trying to get the rest of them done in the future, but it's going to probably be over a few weeks, as it is somewhere over 8,000 different license plate designs overall. So, here they are. I'll go through them a little more slowly here at the end. You can see what I put in the S tier. They all look quite good in my opinion. A tier's all looking good, but not quite that good. And then B is just good. Yeah, and then fine, and then not so fine, and then I hope I never see these on a car. These are bad. I don't like them. I wish they never made them. Right? That's about it. Bye.